Hey everyone, welcome to r/talesfromtechsupport, where we get to have a little chuckle at the technologically disadvantaged, like me. I'm Uncle Reddit, and if I got a story for you. A tale of two users. It's been a while since I've posted here, but I've got another short one for you. This happened to me just today. My turn to work the weekend shift at my MSP. Got a ticket in that a user of one of our clients was having issues signing into Teams. Doesn't sound like a huge deal. Sent her an email asking when a good time to work on this would be. About a half hour later, she calls in asking about a different issue. I fix this for her and ask her about the issue with Teams. She says she has no idea what I'm talking about. I said, I got an email from her earlier today asking about it, but she continues to insist that she has no issues with Teams. So I just shrug it off as a mistake and close the ticket. Not 5 minutes later, she reopens the ticket saying, "This problem has not been fixed. Please help me fix this." Now I'm very confused. I replied back in the ticket saying I had just talked to her and she said she had no problems with Teams. Replies back saying she hasn't talked to anyone from IT about this yet. I ask for her phone number to give her a call, and it's a different phone number than the one she previously called in with. They're two different people. Same first and last name, same position in the company. Whenever the newest user was hired and another tech went to create the account, saw that there was already an account made for a user with the same name and position, and assumed that someone else had already made the account. These two ladies had been putting in tickets for the better part of a week, complaining about issues signing into the computer, email, and other software, and never once stopped to think, hey, maybe we should tell IT that there's two different people with the same name. Moral of the story, please communicate with your IT department. Yeah, that ends up being a big issue in a lot of companies. School districts are famous for this kind of stuff, but most of them have worked out a system where, first initial, last name, and some other number or something to differentiate people, but what a train wreck. Please stop unplugging IT assets from the UPS. I'm a sysadmin for a small hospital in the middle of nowhere. I've been taking on-call duty every other week for the last 2 months to help pay off some bills. It's usually not that hard. Reboot printers and computers or restart a server that didn't come back up right after the Sunday AM reboot. Critical note, living in the middle of nowhere means we get a lot of power outages and surges, so every critical computer or piece of tech needs to be on a UPS. I was called in tonight to help a doctor who said the computer he was using just died. I came into the office where he was working and peered under the desk. What I discovered made me literally facepalm. There was a UPS and a small surge protector strip under the desk. Everything except one of the two monitors on the desk was plugged into the little surge protector strip. The only thing plugged into this beefy UPS was that one lone monitor. Since this workstation was a public one, used by whatever doctors on duty at the time, I have no idea who did this wonderful bit of power management, or how long it had been that way. I did check the UPS's status, and it had an almost full battery and was chugging along well, supporting that one monitor. I pulled all the plugs out of the surge protector strip and plugged them into the UPS where they belonged, and removed the power strip. After some experimenting with the outlet under the desk and a few around it, we figured out there must have been a surge and a breaker blew, which meant someone had to wake up maintenance. I turned off the UPS, showed the night nurse how to turn it back on once maintenance figured out the power issue, and told them I'd check in before shift change in the morning to get an update on things. I'm crossing fingers that little surge protector was strong enough to protect the computer from the surge of power, or I'm going to spend the time Saturday morning replacing a computer. Yeah, I don't understand why people take it on themselves to just swap things around, switch cords, add things, take things away. I don't know. People do it all the time. Shoot, I have people doing it in my own house. Next time, read the ticket updates. Warning, long post. So I'm working at this company that's responsible for the IT support for many companies, and they have a very specialized software. I've never heard of 90% of the software that they use, and many tickets end up with me having to call the software support because I have no idea how to fix their issues, or they're poorly documented. So this user calls yesterday and opens a ticket because he's having issues dragging an Excel sheet onto a program to clean up the file. When he drags and drops the file and hits startup to clean up the file, the program throws a whole bunch of .NET errors, and we have no idea who made this software. User says it's homemade. The help desk tech tries to fix the issue, but unfortunately, he has no idea what's wrong or how to fix it, so he escalates the ticket. And I'm the level 2 tech, the only one for now until they hire another one. So this issue falls in my queue with a note that this software must work before 3:30 the next day, because they need this for inventory to order stock in advance. Great, I love getting rushed. So I start working on the issue first thing the next day. I try to fix the problem by reinstalling .NET 3.5 and 4.8 from the Add Remove Windows features. Repair his Office installation, and I don't know what I did, but now it throws a different error. But it seems to parse some of the file rather than throw the error right at the beginning. So I guess this is making progress. Then he shows me the software he uses to generate this file. To be honest, I'm not even sure. It's a software from Siemens called Valor something something. Excuse my poor memory. So I already know that I'm going to have to make a lengthy phone call to some tech support because I have no idea how the software works. Long story short, after 1 hour on the phone, the tech from Siemens finds out that the templates that the user was using to create the Excel file had an issue with commas, and that it was seeing the wrong values on some of the cells. So we do another template and append new at the end, so I update the ticket with a screenshot of the new template to use so that the user knows which template is the right one. Mind you, at this point, we're past 3:30. At around 4-ish, we get a phone call from his supervisor going ape because the issue is still not resolved. Oh, and did I mention that when I tried to contact, their support offices were closed because they're on a different time zone than ours, and when I called, no one answered, and I had to go through the ticket system, which was crazy slow for them to answer, to get someone to remotely connect to the user's computer. So my supervisor calls the user and tries to see if he can fix the issue. Then he shows me that it's not working, but then I realize that he's using the wrong template, the one that's not working. As soon as he uses the template that the Siemens tech generated, all of a sudden everything works fine. The drag and drop to the mysterious software works fine without any issues. I tell my supervisor that I updated the ticket with a screenshot of the right template to use, and he says, "Oh, the user didn't read the comment." Facepalm. So next time, before losing your S, when the issue is not resolved, read the gosh darn ticket updates. Yeah, if there's a notes section in your system, it's always a good idea to read those, because people might actually use them and you might actually get some good information. What do you mean my computer battery drains? I work for an organization in a rural area. Users aren't great with tech to begin with. My team has been rolling out a new antivirus solution, and it's currently the scapegoat for all user problems. I received this case today. Enjoy. User: ever since the antivirus update, my laptop hasn't worked properly. Today it powered off on me in the middle of my work, and I didn't hit the shutdown or restart button. Me: okay, since you're remote, can you start by connecting to the VPN and I'll take a look at the event viewer log to see what happened? User: okay, I'm connected now. Please make it quick. Me: after sifting through the logs, I find 2 telling entries. Okay, I found an entry at 7:30 a.m. that shows AC power was disconnected from the laptop. I found another at 12:30 p.m. that shows the laptop shut down due to critical battery level. User: okay, well that still doesn't explain why my laptop just randomly shut off in the middle of my work. Me: did you remove the power cord from your laptop? User: yes, I moved to a different location to work. Me: while using your laptop, your battery drained and that caused the laptop to enter a low power state. My recommendation is to keep your laptop docked or bring the power cord with you when you move your laptop. And honestly, 5 hours is pretty solid, so what the heck are you complaining about anyways? User: thanks for checking, but I'm not convinced it wasn't the new antivirus. This is the first time this has happened, and the only thing that changed is the new antivirus. I'll get a screenshot for you next time. Me: okay. Have a great weekend. I need a beer. Yeah, when you have to start explaining to people how rechargeable battery-operated devices work, you're going to need more than a beer. My laptop keyboard isn't working. Let me set the scene. It's the mid-90s, and I worked for a consultant company installing PeopleSoft. We had up to 50-plus consultants working all across the country, so we invested in the IBM ThinkPad 760. The best thing about it was the way you could pop open the keyboard, swap out the hard drive in less than 15 seconds. This particular trouble ticket was one to remember and retell. Me: IT, this is BamBam67, how can I help you? User: yes, I'm having trouble with my laptop. Me: okay, what kind of trouble? User. Well, my keyboard isn't really working. Some keys work and others don't. Me. Have you tried cleaning your keyboard? Sometimes food or debris can get stuck under the keys. User. I tried, but then the other keys would stop working. Then there's the other thing. Me. Other thing? User. Yeah, sometimes my laptop just turns off by itself. Me. Are you using your laptop while in bed? Sometimes the cooling fan can get blocked by the blankets, and to avoid overheating, it'll shut down. User. No, I keep it on my desk when I'm not traveling. Me. Okay, sounds like you have a couple issues. Go ahead and overnight your laptop and I'll take a look. Intermission. We would try our best to solve issues over the phone, but sometimes it was best just to swap out the hard drive and put it in a new shell and troubleshoot the hardware issue later. That's what I expected. This is 100% what actually happened. A package arrived and it's postmarked from User. I open up the box and there is already a strange but familiar odor that arose from the laptop. I opened the lid and flecks of dirt and really small pebbles/sand were falling out onto the floor. What the heck? I immediately call the user. User. Hello, this is User. Me. Hey, I just received your laptop. User. Great, can you fix it? Me. I'll probably have to swap out the shell, but I have to ask, did you drop your laptop? Maybe at the beach or a park? User. No. Me. I ask because there's a lot of dirt and stuff falling out. User. Oh, that? My cat loves to take naps on my keyboard when I'm home because it's so warm. Me. Finally putting the pieces together. So you let your cat sleep on your laptop keyboard? User. Yep, he loves it. Me. I'm assuming you have a cat box with kitty litter? User. Yeah. Me. You also mentioned that your laptop would turn off on its own? Any chance that happened while your cat was taking a nap on it? User. Yeah, should I not let him do that? Me. We'd prefer if you didn't let him sleep on your laptop. Cat litter is under the keys of the keyboard and the laptop is overheating when he lays on it. So for best practices purposes, that would be for the best moving forward. I said in my best professional voice possible, trying not to laugh. Conclusion. I was able to quickly swap out her hard drive and send it back. I sent a quick note to her manager explaining why we had to switch out and retire her ThinkPad shell. I couldn't wash my hands enough that day. We quickly created a computer hygiene policy where every PC that arrives is wiped down immediately and completely. Too long didn't read. Laptop keyboard not working. User lets cat nap on keyboard. Cat litter under the keys and overheats the laptop. People are awesome. Yeah, I've had cats that want to try to take a nap on my computer and stuff like that in the past. I don't always push too hard if the case is closed, but damn sure I'm not going to let them lay on my keyboard. Speakers? I worked as a substitute in a school district. I was covering long-term for a librarian. A couple of aides from another classroom came and asked me if I had seen any instruction books for a computer. Apparently, the librarian had gotten a new computer, and they had been given her old one. They were having problems getting sound on the computer. I made a couple of suggestions, and they said they had tried those. A couple of days later, I happened to look under a desk and see a couple boxes for computer speakers that were not for the librarian's current computer. When the aides came back to ask about the instruction book, I told them that I didn't find any books, but that I did find the boxes for the speakers if they wanted those. They look at each other with stunned faces, then look back at me. Speakers? Apparently the speakers had not made it to their classroom with the computer. Note, I'm mostly self-taught, but had a reputation in the school district of being able to troubleshoot simple things so they didn't have to wait for IT to show up. One time, a teacher kept sending printer ink cartridges back because they kept smearing when printing. I took a look, ran the printer head cleaner, and all was well. I made sure to show the teacher and the aide how to do it in the future. Another time, another teacher left me a note saying that she couldn't get her computer to start, and that IT should be showing up sometime that day to look at it. I went over, turned on the monitor, moved the mouse, and the computer started right up. The tech arrived and I told him that I couldn't find anything wrong with it, that it had started up without any problems. He said that somebody had gotten the buttons out of sync and the teacher was pushing both buttons, so she was turning the monitor off and the computer on, and then turning the computer off and the monitor on. So where did they think the sound was going to come from if there weren't any speakers? You put a password on my PC. Hey, I'm making my first post here. Hope you like it. I worked as support manager and I worked alone most of the time there. I got a customer that wasn't very pleased from the beginning, to say the least. Customer, you guys put a password on my PC. Me. Hi, I don't recall putting any password on your PC. Customer. Well, it was the other guys that put it on my PC. I got confused and thought maybe he was referring to the last guy that worked here before me. Me. I understand, let me take a look. Customer. Please hurry, it's a company laptop and I don't want to lose my important documents. Then I can see it's asking for a password for a company email, and so I tried to find email support to reset the password, but no luck. Me. Do you remember your email password? Customer. I don't have a password, it just logs in by itself. Me. Okay, do you remember what company you made the email with? Customer. I never made the email, someone else did. Me. Gotcha. I'll try to retrieve the files from the computer, but this is going to take some time. I'll call you as soon as I'm done. Customer. No, I'm not moving until the job's done. I'll watch you finish working on it. Me. I assure you I will finish it as soon as possible. You don't have to stare at me while I'm working. So I took the computer with me to the side and got the CMD open and logging in, transferred all the files, since I can't change the password on an email login. This took me at least 30 minutes, while he was hunched over my counter, staring me down the whole time. 30 minutes. I reset the PC, transferred everything back, and gave it to him. He started to calm down a bit. Alright, here you go, that'll be $40. Customer. I'm not paying for a problem you guys made, and stormed off with the laptop. Not even a thank you. Wow, what a jerk. So basically, his computer was probably set to automatically remember the password, and somehow it either forgot or, I don't know, something happened that the computer just wasn't remembering automatically anymore. And when it asked him for the password, he had no clue. And just started tossing blame everywhere he could, except at himself. Should I turn on the speakers? Another speaker story. This just happened today about an hour ago, and internally it made me want to cry a little. Backstory. I work for a Norwegian municipality, doing all kinds of first-line support, work on site, and sometimes over the phone and email. Most of the IT is ran through an external company, but we are two who work for the municipality as local IT and contact between us and them, and I generally do a lot of the support work that otherwise would take this company too long to get to. Now, here's where the story begins. Me equals me, you equals user, lady who's trying to participate in an elder's council. Some paraphrasing to save time. Sorry in advance for any spelling errors or bad wording, but I need to do a little more work right after writing this. Me. Yes, this is OP. Norway often doesn't have the same formality, at least not in our case. User. Yeah, hi, I'm supposed to be in this Teams meeting. I can see them, but not hear them. Me. Okay, let's see. Is your computer connected to any headphones? User. No, does it have to? Me. No, just troubleshooting the usual issues. Is the computer connected to some sort of docking station? User. Yes, it's cabled in. Me. Okay, great. Now are you in the meeting? User. One moment, just let me go back on. Okay, there. She joins via browser and she doesn't have Teams. Me. Great, do you see a dotted line anywhere on the window? When clicking on it, you should be able to see device settings. User. Yes. At this point, there's a lot of back and forth in order for her to find the correct settings and whatnot. Even then, it was a little unclear if we were looking at the same settings. After a little bit of trying and searching. Me. Okay, would you mind trying to disconnect your laptop from the docking station? Leave and rejoin the meeting? User. Yes, I can try that. I hear some sounds like she's fiddling around with the computer and cables. User. Do you think it would help if I turned on the speakers? Me. Yes, try that and see if anything changes. At this point, I'm kind of ready to let my head meet the table. That feeling only intensified as I then heard the meeting play off the speakers. She thanked me and hung up. What? Turn on your speakers? Why would you ever need those? Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you've enjoyed this content, do me a favor. Would you consider giving this video a like? Maybe subscribe to the channel? And click that little bell icon so you don't miss the fat guy with the beard telling you stories. See ya!